Okay, fourth time's the charm. I'm gonna keep on applying until y'all cast me, so, may as well go ahead and do it at this point. But my whole name is Saifani Abhijit Durrani Pragada. I currently go by Sai, but for 22 years I actually went by the shortened version of my middle name, Abi. And I'm from Frankfort, Kentucky, but I now currently live in Iowa where I work as a military GPS engineer. So, first things off the top, I am going to be your first winner of Indian descent. And I've got exactly what it takes to win. And I mostly attribute that to the fact that I'm very comfortable being uncomfortable. And that wasn't always the case. I had to really work at that. And growing up, I really struggled in terms of the social dynamic and also trying to figure out who I am in particular. And I found that through adversity. And when I say adversity, I don't necessarily mean specifically in terms of the social dynamic. I mean just being in uncomfortable, tough situations. So, one of my biggest growing points was going to an engineering school. So, I studied electrical engineering at Purdue University, which was really hard. And on top of that, I also had to establish completely new relationships because I didn't know anyone going into it. I've always been one to take challenges pretty directly. And another example of this is that I skipped third grade and went to fourth grade, so it was definitely an adjustment being a year younger than everyone. But I had to overcome it. I had to adapt. So my strategy in the game is actually going to be a reflection of that. It's going to be a test of my adaptability, and it's going to be a test of how much I've grown in navigating the social dynamics and my observations doing so. So as a 5'7" dude, despite being pretty fit, I can still see myself getting overlooked a little. And I intend on using this to my advantage. At the very beginning, I want to lay low just a little bit, at least to build up an analysis of where things are going strategy wise. And it's just one of those things that I've had to grow into. I am a fairly observant person. It's one of the things that qualify me to be an engineer. And so once I have a good analysis, I can work my way a little more into the forefront. Now, one of the things I'll need to watch out for is the fact that I tend to be a leader. And I like to lead, I like to take things in the forefront. But there is a key difference between being a leader and being a boss. And that main difference is the fact that leaders tend to have a bit more empathy. And I need to be careful about that because having too much empathy is one of the easiest ways to get manipulated in a game of politics. So I don't want to be that guy that accidentally brings morals onto the island. Now, I could keep on going about how fantastic I am and how I'd win the game if I set foot on the island, but I'm only limited to 3 minutes and I'm like 20 seconds over that, so the last thing I'll say is that I want Jeff to say my entire name when I win the title of Sole Survivor.